We are on. So we started 5 minutes before, so we can prepare things, we can make things together. Then also we need the time to be able to check. It would be in Italian e in English, sarà in italiano e in inglese. Quindi inizieremo tra 5 minuti. Al momento faccio un aperitivo. I will have some appetizer. I'm having some parma ham with taralli. This one. And don't forget a glass of wine. It's midday 25 here in Italy. Lunchtime. Well, almost. Finiremo in massimo mezz'ora. Ma massimo. We're gonna finish all of this in maximum half an hour. So why I wanted to do this? I did already a live last time for Father Day here in Italy. And at the time we made zeppole. It was fun. But it's, its pastisserie is long. So what we are doing today is like very easy recipe that everyone can do, no excuse. In a way that, during this time, if you don't know how to make anything actually, you can have a meal. It's very easy. Everything again will take no more than 30 minutes. Allora, stavo dicendo che per San Giorgio avevo fatto le zeppole. Buono. Ho visto qualche foto, dico no? Chi meglio, chi meno meglio, però meno meglio non si può dire secondo me. Chi meglio, chi meno sono uscite insomma, però erano tutte buone, tutti quanti sono rimasti molto molto contenti. La zeppola è un po' difficile ovviamente, quindi oggi quello che volevo fare delle ricette che sono semplici, veloci. Per alcuni di voi diciamo queste, per altri invece sarà una salvezza durante questi giorni. Inizieremo tra qualche minuto. Nel frattempo sto facendo aperitivo, un po' di prosciutto, un po' di tarallini. Perché vieni? Immancabile. Allora, cosa abbiamo bisogno? Something like this, you will need something like this to mix the ricotta. Chocolate chips, not much, well, it depends on it. Ice sugar, the one in powder, a very thin one. Buono. Ricotta. Eccola qua. Un arancio. Eggs. Voilà. A little tray, which will be pretty much the shape of a small plate, not a big one, a small one. Right? So, un ruotino da forno, carta per infornare, baking foil, and I think that's it. Something to wait. I have a professional one, but you can use whatever you want. We can also check in spoons after. This is for the ricotta cake. Very easy, no? So this one is for the ricotta cake. Very easy, very quick. What I will do now straight away is to put the oven on at 180 Celsius, right up and down. Up and down. Okay, so while we're doing things, the oven is gonna preheat, right? It's always better to put, it's always better, you should do like this. To put your cakes or whatever you are baking to preheat the oven before, otherwise the cooking time was a bit banana. So ho appena acceso il forno a 180 gradi Celsius, non Fahrenheit. Lo accendiamo adesso così si riscalda, no? È sempre meglio riscaldare il forno prima, se no il tempo di cottura viene un po' sballato, insomma, le cose non vengono bene. Quindi lasciamola a 180 gradi. Allo stesso tempo che farò, inizierò a riempire questo pentolone d'acqua e lo inizierò a mettere un fuoco pure lento, che in modo che si inizi a riscaldare l'acqua dentro. Lo riempiamo per bene perché la pasta va cotta in acqua, so we fill it till the top as much as we can actually, because pasta is better when it's cooked in lots of water. So, acqua. Now, at the moment we have ricotta, but in the afternoon at 4 p.m. for cooking, we're gonna make some ricotta from scratch. So using just milk, and we'll see how to make it. I will explain a little bit after, so let's do it what we have to do now. I put it on a fire, let's say this one, but a really low flame. I have a lid also, I'll just leave it there. So, we set the ingredient for the ricotta cake, which is 350 grams of ricotta cheese, Oopla. An orange, icing sugar, 90 grams, chocolate chips, and 2 eggs. Per la carbonara invece, cosa ci serve? Spaghetti, pecorino. I have here pecorino. I have around 100 grams, but we will do it in spoons. So grated pecorino. You can use parmigiano, but don't call it carbonara anymore. Just call it something else. A plate, pepper, a bit of salt, and now something that it's, I don't know, but it was difficult to find it outside of Italy sometimes. So for you that you are outside of Italy, I will allow you to do it with bacon, okay? Ma se siete in Italia avete bisogno del guanciale, no excuse. Il guanciale è questo. It looks like a bacon, but it's very fat. And we need this fat. Because this one is our, instead of the olive oil, we're going to use the fat of this one. So we're going to use this fat to work with the pasta after. Right? So we need guanciale. So what else? We wait 2 minutes more, I will tell you a little bit of story. This one is a very easy cake, è una torta semplicissima. Perché l'ho scelta? Perché in una ricetta ci sono due piatti, no? Che è un secondo e un dolce, stai mangiando formaggio e dolce pure. Quindi per le persone che cucinano poco, che non vogliono cucinare, insomma può essere d'aiuto. I choose a ricotta cake because basically at the same time is a main course and a dessert at the same time, because we are eating cheese. So for people that really don't like to cook much, this one can be a good way of doing it. Then carbonara. Carbonara, because it's so easy to make, so easy, that you don't need much skills for that. So what they say for carbonara actually it came out during the Second World War. Basically the American, that's what they say, I don't know if it's true or not. Basically the American soldier that were passing through, countryside of Italy, and people were eating pasta with the fat of the animal because we didn't have much at the time. So what they used to do is to add an egg yolk raw on top to give it a little bit of protein, more protein. So that's how carbonara, they say, is born. And then, in Italy we put cheese pretty much everywhere. So a bit of pecorino on top. It's typical from Lazio area, so around Rome. Here in Naples we don't like much, to be honest. Yesterday, to convince my mom to eat it, it was like a struggle. Because probably that's what she told me. It's like in the last time, after the war and stuff like that, there are lots of sickness. So eating raw food was not, let's say, the best thing to do at the time. So this thing kept in a culture. As well as for steak, steak dal sangue, it's something new here. Anyway, we set with the ingredients. Let's repeat everything again. For ricotta cake, icing sugar, 100 grams, 90 grams. 1 orange. Ricotta, 350 grammi, 350 grams. 350 grammi di ricotta. E chocolate chips, fondente, because we have the milk already in the ricotta. And of course, some egg to keep everything together. Ho acceso il forno, I turned on the oven, 180, up and down. And what I did also, I filled up the pot for the pasta. So in the meantime, this thing that will get hot, so we can do it quickly. Let's wash our hands, ci lavaamo le mani, per forza. And we will start. Allora, I promise you, a 1:15 maximum you will be eating. Promesso, ad 1:15 state mangiando. Se avete fame, 2 minuti. Allora, let's get this. And smash our ricotta inside. Now I have this. Right? You can use anything you want. If you have the mixer, the electric one, do it with the mixer, the electric one. Up to you. Okay? So what I do, I will smash it a little bit. First thing I will add is a bit of sugar at the moment. I will start to mix it. I already weighed it. This one is around 90 grams. So I will do before with the sugar. Why we want icing sugar? Because you want to mix it properly in the ricotta. So you don't want to feel this grain in your mouth after. So perché usiamo lo zucchero a velo? Perché ovviamente vogliamo mixarlo per bene con la ricotta. I will start to mix it. Vai, 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 vai. Potete utilizzare qualsiasi cosa per fare questa operazione, non deve essere necessariamente una spatola, la vedete, perché no? When you mix it with the sugar, you see the ricotta starts to get a really smooth texture. Okay. Next one, I will put my 2 eggs. Egg 1. The whole egg inside. Metto qua. 1 e 2 uova. Always do this thing. Take it off. Your hands are clean. Oh. And I will slowly before start to mix everything. Making sure that the egg is absorbed by the ricotta. Quindi inizio a mixare tutto e tutto inizia a diventare un po' più liquido. Questo è molto meglio un battitore elettrico, ovviamente, però. Since we are teaching for people that don't know how to cook, so they don't have an electric mixer, so we do it from scratch. Vedete la ricotta diventa bella, vellutata quasi. Quasi ci fa venire voglia di mangiarla, insomma. Quando la ricotta è un po' così, prendiamo l'orange. You get the orange at this point. For a better life, you should have this at home. Yeah? This is what it turns from you, from an amateur to a chef. Get a grater, and we start to grate the skin of the orange. Why we do this? Because we want to add a little bit of flavor to the ricotta. Otherwise it can be bland. Ci mettiamo un po' di buccia d'arancio. This one depends on you, right? If you like more flavor, less flavor, up to you. But, you know, dark chocolate with orange is not a bad idea. Now, because I don't want to give you an excuse to not cook today, if you don't have a grater, you can do it with a knife. You slowly, a knife with the one you cut the bread or the steak, you slowly grate the orange. It won't be the best one, but you know, it will work. It will take a little bit more time, but since you're enjoying cooking, that's what it is. Since I had my one, I will leave this one here. At this time will be time to refill your glass. Tu petarallo e tu enjoy. Okay. Now I will mix it again. So what we did: ricotta, icing sugar, 90 grams. Start to mix it. Drink it. Mix it. Then I've been grating, grating it with this. Half of an orange, the skin. When you see the white one coming out, it's finished. E sto girando il tutto. Zucchero, ricotta. All'ultimo ci vogliono chocolate chips. How many, how much? It depends on you. I would say 50 grams, which would be around 2-3 spoons. 1, 2, and because we like it, 3. Questi tagliamo. Make always, clean your workspace and everything. And you don't try it, and I'll mix it again. You can feel the smell of the ricotta, the chocolate chips. To be honest, I would add a little bit more, but it's okay. You're just eating too much during those days, so it's better to keep it light, let's say. Allora, rocket science. This is what you want. Okay. Right? If it's too liquid at this time, you can add some flour, but just a little bit to make it, to dry a little bit the water. If it's liquid, you will just keep it in the oven a little bit more, right? But since those classes are addressed to people that don't know how to fry an egg, no, it's better to say all of these things. Se è troppo liquido, un pochino di farina, oppure ho lasciato un po' in più in forno, è uguale. So, the mixture for the ricotta cake is done. I get my, bit too much maybe. Dove sei? Prendo la carta da forno. Voila! Such a technique there. I don't need this thing anymore. Keep it clean and nice and tidy. I get my tray, there is a bit of ricotta inside. Nice. My tray, which is the size of a dish. That's a small dish, the smallest one used for cake. Same size, more or less. Okay? I don't know if it's enough, it's not enough, it doesn't really matter. Or it can be bigger or smaller, it's the same. I will shape it a little bit. I was getting fight with this thing all the time. Okay. Right, to have something like this. Easy. And I will take a mixture of 350 gram of ricotta, 90 gram of icing sugar, 2 uova, 2 eggs, chocolate chips, as much as you want, 50 grams, and a grated orange skin. Everything mixed together, and bye. And life is good like this. Ecco qua. Now, as I was saying last time, when I was kids, this one it was a good cause for a fight. Cioè, quando ero piccoli ci pigliava grande litigata per questo dopo. Anyway, we're gonna make sure we get all of it. We put it a little bit on the border, which we don't need actually. The oven is going to do it on its own. It's pretty flat, which is okay. And what I will do, to be honest with you, because I like it, is to add a little bit of chocolate chip on top. Just like this, for decoration, let's say. We say for decoration, huh? Like when you've been eating like a pig and then as a salad to wash your mouth. Yeah, for decoration. Yeah. Allora, per decorazione ci ho messo decorazione. Chocolate chips. Now, I hope you can see it. I don't know, my assistant left. I hope you can see it. This is our ricotta cake, ready to go in a preheated oven at 180 degrees. Questa ricotta, la torta di ricotta, la scienza diciamo, ready, pronta per essere cotta a 180 gradi in un forno statico. La mettiamo dentro e ci dedichiamo a questo. What? Buono. It's very good. È buono veramente. When you finish with this one, it has to be very clean, huh? Very clean. When you finish with this one, we can start with our carbonara. Allora, for the one that was doing only carbonara, that's now your time. Pay attention. Per quelli che stanno facendo solo la carbonara, siamo pronti adesso. Che faccio? Prima di tutto, tolgo questa da qua e la metto in un fornello un po' più piccolo. I will keep this one for, I put it on the big fire, I will put it on a smaller one because again, I don't need it at the moment. Turn on the fire. Put this one here. And I will clean a little bit. Always nice to have it tight. So, this one is the water for the pasta, which I put it before so it gets hot in a way. Let me clean a little bit. We don't need the orange anymore. I put it here, the grater, the knife, we don't need those eggs. We're gonna need it later. We need these plates and this other one. Perfect. Allora, Today for lunch there is me and 2 imaginary friends, so I have to cook for 3 people. I didn't see this. Done. I have to cook for 3 people. So what I will need for 3 people is let's say, the legend wants that every egg is for 1 person. Probably because of the soldier, no? That we used to put 1 egg on top of the pasta. So, I have 3 eggs plus 1. And I will tell you later why. But 3 eggs for 3 people, it's fine. I have some spaghetti. I have the whole wheat spaghetti because one of my imaginary friends doesn't eat the one with lots of gluten. So I can't do that. Pepper, black. Fresh grounded, no fresh grounded, up to you. The better you do it, the better it is. Pecorino. Pecorino is like, sometimes it's used with parmesan and stuff. It has to be pecorino, has to be salted. If it's not pecorino, you do it with parmigiana, but it's fine. Don't call it carbonara, otherwise it becomes a political affair in Italy. This is my aperitivo. Pinch of salt. And what we've seen before, which is the guanciale. Now, I will show it again. It looks like a bacon, but it's not. You see all of this fat? Guanciale in Italy is cheek. I don't know, maybe it's this part of the pork, no idea. Probably yes. So we need all of this fat to melt it. Now, I've been vegetarian 17 years, and I know. If you really have to, if you really want to have a plate of pasta with raw eggs and pecorino, you can use olive oil. It's fine, but let's not call it carbonara anymore. So, I was talking with my friend last time, she was like, I will teach you how to make carbonara. She's following. I'm like, oh yeah, how do you make carbonara? You start with the onion. No. The recipe is guanciale, eggs, pecorino, salt, pepper, pasta. Punto. Allora, I get my guanciale. Prendo il guanciale. Ci serve il guanciale perché ci serve tutto questo grasso. E il grasso è quello che ci dà il sapore alla nostra pasta. Ricordiamoci che la carbonara nasce con un piatto povero, quindi in ambienti contadini. Allora, the guanciale I have is a really good one. Has been cured with pepper all around. I want to take off this part. So what I will start to do is to skin it in a way. Also because it's better to take off, that's what my imaginary friend was telling me last time. It's better to get off the skin, right? Because you don't know where they preserve these things, so rats or any animal can pee on this thing, no? Can happen. And it's not nice. So let's start to take off the skin outside. If you don't have the skin outside, what you can do is put a glass of wine, as I told you. Allora, togliamo la pelle fuori. Today I forgot my good knife, so I have to do with the one for kids. But that's one is to show you that everyone can do it, no excuse. So we took off the skin, which I really like it to eat, but you know, because it's full of flavor, there's lots going on in that one. Take off the skin, make sure you don't lose the fat, because that's what we need, exactly what we need. We don't lose it. It's very nice. Take off this. I really need to bring my knife last time, because this one is for, it's good. Try it. So, what I was saying, carbonara is very easy. And like all the easy recipe in the world, I'm not talking about Italian food in general. I don't know why people they want to change it every time. I don't know why people they want to modify them every time. Just do something else. It's fine. You know, free your creativity with something else. It's okay. Allora, what I will need a frying pan. I have this huge thing here because after I will put my pasta inside with the fat, that would be really nice. If you're doing it with bacon, Your problem. No, it's fine. You can do it with bacon, but the bacon is less fat. So, up to you. You need fat. If you're doing it with olive oil, don't put it again. Don't put it yet, otherwise it's going to be too, you're going to burn the olive oil. Allora, se lo state facendo con la pancetta, fatti vostri insomma, però vabbè, se lo state facendo con la pancetta di solito ha meno grasso, quindi vi dovete un po' regolare. Se lo state facendo vegetariano, insomma, senza la parte animale, con l'olio d'oliva non lo mettete ancora sul fuoco, se no si brucia. Allora, prima di tutto we want to cut this thing in thin slice. Why I want to do it in thin slice? Because thin slice, I'm talking about really like a few millimeters, like this, right? My finger is big, so few millimeters. If I have to be precise, it's 3.222 millimeter. Piccole, piccole fettine. Now, what is going to happen? You're going to have part which is fat and the other one which is meat. The fat part is going to melt. The meat is going to become crispy. And that's what you want on your carbonara, because it's going to be very salty, which is great. Allora, le tagliamo a fettine sottili. You can make it in cubes, but fettine sottili will work a little bit better. In the meantime, I will start to heat this one, but I will need before this one. I want to do it on a big flame, a bigger flame, because so it's more distributed under here, but you can do it on whatever you have, right? Lo potete fare su quello che volete, io faccio una fiamma un po' più grossa in modo che più distribuita. Ok, i taralli mettiamo qua, and I will carry on doing my guanciale. So what I'm doing is to cut this thing in thin slices. While I'm doing it, the ricotta is in the oven, the water for the pasta is there. Allora, nel frattempo mi finisco di fare il guanciale, lo taglio a pezzetti. Se avete un coltello che taglia molto meglio. Allora, che succede? Massimo 20 minuti e mangiamo. Stavo dicendo, la carbonara è così semplice che non so perché la gente la vuole cambiare sempre, insomma. Che va bene così, però chiamatela in un altro modo, non chiamatela più carbonara. Allora, that's good. Almost finished this. Almost done. There we go. Well, I have cut all of this. I put it in. Take off my wine. Put this one here. And I'm looking now for taste. I wash it. And I let it go. Right? It's gonna do its job, you don't have to do anything, you just need to wait for it. Mentre si fa questo mi preparo il pastello. What is a pastello? Pastello is what makes carbonara, insomma. The egg with the pecorino. Now, first of all, I don't need the white of the egg. So the first thing I have to do is to separate the white and the red. So the white here, voilà. Quindi separiamo il rosso dell'uovo dall'albume insomma. Come dicevo, 1 egg for each head. So in this case we are 3 of us, me and 2 imaginary friends. I will put 4 eggs because I will keep one to do the last touch, let's say. So, but let's say the rule of thumb is 1 each. This one I don't need it anymore. I wash my hands. I just stir this one a little bit. I'll put the flame down, otherwise we burn everything. Can you hear? That's what we want. Same time I will put the flame up of that one because at one point we need to put our pasta inside. It's almost done. And in this one, we have 4 eggs, 4 egg yolk only. Questo vediamo. I will put, let's say, 1 spoon for each egg. Yeah? Then, if you like a little bit more salty, you put it inside. 2, 3, and 4. A little bit more because I like it. Now, what is the secret of this? A bit of pepper, fresh grounded, not fresh grounded, anything you want. And a really pinch of salt. Because pecorino usually is already salty. Now, if we have Parmigiano, put a little bit more, but just a pinch. A pinch is this, un pizzico di sale. Now, it's not an omelette, okay? So we don't put the oxygen in it. So it doesn't have to be foamy. So slowly we mix it. Right? Slowly. Il pastello, this one. They call it pastello. I think I heard some of my Roman friends saying pastello. A little bit more, just a little bit. Make sure you mix everything. You can add pepper later. You don't add salt now because I think it's enough. We have if you have bacon, it's already salty, so be careful with the salt. Remember, if you are using bacon and olive oil, it's not a carbonara. Non è una carbonara. Se fai con la pancetta. Call it as you want. Questo è il pastello. Now, the thinner is the grain of pecorino, the better it is, no? That's why when you go to a restaurant, it looks very creamy because it's very thin. But you know, we are at our place. Pastello is ready. Now, what we need to do is to take this off, because I think it's fine. It can be a little bit more on the lower flame. And I will put this one on the bigger one. Fire up. This one I put a really low flame, so it's going to get crisp and nice. Well, there are a couple of them that they are really good. I will try it for sure. In the meantime that the pasta is going, have a glass of wine. So always a good idea. I will have a look at the cake, which is doing a job. The cake is going to take like 20 minutes, but we're going to eat the carbonara together, so it's fine. Because this thing I'm eating is very dry, I need this. Oh. So what did I do? I put the guanciale in a frying pan in a way that the fat is melting. At the same time, a little bit of meat is inside this crisping it up, so it's becoming crispy. That's how you do your decoration after. But it's really good. The taste is good. The water has been going on since the beginning, so now it should be almost ready. For the water, you put the water on the fire. When it's boiling, you put the salt. Yeah, don't be shy with the salt. So when the water is boiling, we will put some salt, and after we put the pasta inside. Now, For this one, which makes the carbonara, what I did, egg yolk, one for each person. I don't know how many people you are cooking this thing. With pecorino. Pecorino is, I don't want to say it. It's an hard cheese, no? It's not like Parmigiano, it's a different thing. But it's something that you can grate, it's hard cheese. Why pecorino? Because this dish is from Lazio, which is where Rome is. So probably it gets from that. And the story of the dish, I told you already, is, country people from the countryside during the Second World War, they were eating animal fat with a little bit of cheese and pasta. And the Americans, they came and they throw an egg on it. And it became a dish. Then now it's becoming, it's like eating, I don't know. But anyway, it's a very easy dish. Allora, carbonara è molto semplice, cosa ho fatto? Ho messo a sciogliere le fettine sottili di guanciale, poi ho fatto il pastello con il rosso dell'uovo, il pecorino, poi sale, un po' di pepe. Pepper depends on you, how much you want. I can hear the pasta almost going. To cook the pasta, you always need the water high. So what I did now, especially spaghetti, what I did now, the water is still here. That's why it's taking a little bit of time. Before you put the pot with the water, you wait it's boiling, you put the salt, otherwise it's going to take more time. You put the salt, you wait a little bit, a few seconds, and then you throw the pasta inside. Guanciale. Pecorino, we will need it at the end a little bit, just to give a final touch, so I put it here. Spaghetti. Didn't open. This. So, I have with me here like integrali, spaghetti integrali. Because one of my imaginary friends doesn't eat the other one, but they are good as well. I mean, I'm preferring this one recently, like the mixed grain. Or if I can, I use Asian grain pasta, which is made with Italian old grains, which is not one modified, which is really good. It's a totally different texture, it's a totally different thing. You will find it everywhere. There are people in the world now doing old grains instead of commercial grain. Anyhow, it's almost boiling. I will keep it up. I will make sure this one is cooked. How? Just need to try. I got this one, which is pretty big. Be careful with this one because the fat is going to be very hot. Very good. Very, very good. We'll wait a little bit. We'll give an eye to the cake, which is going. On its own, pasta is boiling, the water is boiling. I don't need this one anymore. When the water starts to boil, I don't need this one anymore. I've seen many times when I was outside of Italy, people just putting the pasta, put the lid on top, yeah, because it's boiling, blah, blah, blah. No, we don't want to do that. Now, for 3 people, a decent plate of pasta is 80 grams. Un piatto decente di pasta è 80 grammi. For normal people all around the world. In Italy is 100, 120. So, let's say, there is me, my imaginary friend, my imaginary guest today. So, this is a 250. 100 gram each will be 400 grams is just too much. But okay, let's say I will do 350. Yeah, because also we have a ricotta cake which is prima e secondo. Can you see this? Right? I'll take all of this. Then it's up to you guys. The more you like, the more you eat. This one, I'll put it in my bag. And magic! I just leave it inside. The fire always up, make sure it's boiling. Huh? Extra boiling. So for many of you, and for me as well, there is no problem to add, to add the salt now. It was a mistake, I forgot. So for the salt, a big fist like this, inside. No problem at all. Put the pasta inside, make sure it's soaking all of it, and when you can, not now, slowly, you turn it. The water is boiling, everything is fine. I leave the salt here because after we taste it, if we need more, we put a little bit more. In the meantime, what can I do? I can check the cake in the bottom. And the cake is taking shape. Not a nice shape, but it's taking shape. Pasta is boiling. Now, when the pasta is ready. But sometimes you will see on the pack, you know, there is the cooking time. It depends on you. If you like it al dente, not al dente. Pasta should be al dente. So it should be al dente, it should be not super soft, but it depends on you. Per il tempo di cottura dell'acqua, se veramente non riuscite manco a fare un po' di pasta, insomma, deve essere al dente. Ogni tanto provatela, non all'inizio, adesso si sta cuocendo un attimo, però provatela e vedete se va bene, non deve essere completamente molle, insomma. We let it cook. In the meantime, we can carry on with our aperitivo. Quindi dicevo, oggi pomeriggio alle 4, dato che sto qua, facciamo anche la diretta per far vedere come si fa la ricotta. Certamente, però mi è capitato tante volte all'estero, insomma, che non ho mai trovato la ricotta, e quindi l'ho dovuta fare da me, insomma. So again, at 4 o'clock this afternoon, we're gonna do some ricotta, and maybe the next days I'm gonna show you also how to make some recipe with your homemade ricotta. Yesterday I made an omelette, which was great. We are staying at home now, so we are eating like there is no tomorrow. Fantastic. I'm having a real good time. But I think every government should close before the supermarket and then all the rest. Otherwise, it's a problem here. Because in Italy, this thing of staying home is turning up in eating like Christmas every day. You see friends, everyone posting whatever. So fatto in Italia di chiudere tutto, dovevano chiudere prima i supermercati e poi tutto il resto, perché stiamo ingrassando, è una cosa esagerata. La torta sta andando. The cake is going, everyone is happy. We have our it's very crispy, you see the fat is all in the bottom. I will keep it warm, so with a really low fire I will just keep it like this warm. When I have to put the pasta inside, I will fire up again. You see there is a little bit of pepper from the skin. Everything is going as it should go. I'm turning the pasta. Ecco qua. Not ready yet. What I can do is have a glass of wine. I bought a small bottle of wine. Because you can only go out 2 times per week, so I had to get a big one. Okay, pasta is going. Now, what I usually do, that's bonus, let's say. I'm always taking out a bit of cooking water, the water you're cooking the pasta. For a couple of reasons. What I will do at the end, I will add this one with a little bit of egg, so it'll be creamy, and I will put it on top, which makes it nice. But also, what I'm doing usually is to take the pasta a little bit before it's cooked, it's al dente. I put it in this one, and I let it cook at the end in this one with a bit of water. Why? Because pasta, what it's doing now is sucking the water. So you suck the taste of this one within the pasta. It's not bad as an idea. It's a trick, right? It's a little thing. If you don't feel like, don't do it. Yeah? You don't have to. But since we like to eat properly, I'll do this. But it's a very easy thing. So if you don't know how to cook pasta, start to taste it, right? And actually the pasta integrale, this one, cooks a little bit faster. Not ready yet. I can add a little bit of salt if needed. I thought I need a scissor, but I don't. And I will start now. Carbonara has to be eaten straight away. So if you are with friends, if you are with this one, make sure you have plates ready and everything you need to this one. Because otherwise it's going to stuck together, it's not nice anymore. It has to be it's something that has to be eaten straight away. We will leave it together while we are waiting for the cake. I was lying. It's 1:15. You are almost ready. I told you we're going to finish at 1:15, but not yet. Pasta seems to be almost, let's say. So I have my cooking water here, my taralli here. I taralli stanno là, buono. Lo dice la carbonara è qualcosa che si deve mangiare appena fatta. Quindi la farò, la metto in piatto, ce la mangiamo assieme mentre aspettiamo per la torta. E nel frattempo do questo qua ai miei amici immaginari, insomma, che già stanno aspettando. So I came up with this one because again, I'm cooking every day and I'm enjoying it. But then I really thought, but what about people they didn't have the chance to learn how to cook anything, or just want to know a little bit more. So I was like, so I will make some easy recipe that everyone can do, if you can do it, because if you don't want to do it. Pasta is almost, I don't know if you can see this one. I don't know if it's visible, but you see inside there is a little bit of white still. You don't want this one, you want to wait a little bit more, but just a little bit. You can still eat it. Now, I like it, I'm always blamed at home because I'm taking off the pasta which is uncooked. That's what my mom said every time. It's not ready. She really does like this. So, what I will do now, I will take it off and I will finish it within this one. But for you, maybe it's better if you wait for it and then you put in this one. Put the pasta here. Put this one back here. Now, if you leave the pasta like this, it's still cooking, so it will be a bit quick. What you need is a pasta dryer. I hope you have it. Ah, that was hot. This one is frying again. Fire up. And put this one inside. E gli facciamo fare un bel giro qua dentro. And you make it go for a while. Now, I told you the bit of pasta with a really big fire. And the pasta will finish to cook in the fat. Ci ho messo un po' d'acqua di cottura, li faccio girare. A me piacciono così, cioè un po' crudi sinceramente, però a me immaginare friend credo di no. Quindi è meglio di no. Va, facciamo già un po', già profumano di buono ovviamente. We're gonna try it with your hands, of course, what else? I think it's good, my imaginary friend will love it. Allora, the water just evaporated. Whoa, you can feel the smell of the fat. And now, togliamogli dal fuoco, spegniamo il fuoco, turn off the fire and you have this one, okay? You can carry on doing like this, settle it like this. And what you do, You take the pastello, if everything doesn't fall down, this one we don't need it anymore. You take the pastello is, should I try or not try? Yes, I try. Okay. The pastello is this. I will do 3/4 of this one. Slowly. 1. Like this. Okay. This is roughly 3 eggs. And now we start to mix it. You start to feel the smell of the cheese melting. Make sure you do it properly. Ah, voila! Now, when it's well mixed, you will see it's becoming more creamy, the pasta is becoming more slimy, let's say. This one is already cool like this, but what I'm doing actually is to put a little bit of water in the pastello here. Mix it so it becomes a little bit more liquid. And I will add this one on top. You can add some cheese as well if it's too thick, if it's too liquid. I will add it on top of the pasta. Now, I will get a plate. I can do this one. I mean, I was used to do this one. So, get a spoon, get a fork. Get a nice fork of this one. Yeah, turn it in a spoon. Like this. Let's see if it happens. Because it's not always happening. Turn it in a spoon. And not the best, but not the worst. You put some of this on top, che è la nostra pancetta, mettiamo un po' di pancetta sopra. Ecco. E ci metto un po' di pastello, the one I did with cheese and all the rest. This one is an okay carbonara, you know? It's something that you can eat. It's falling down a little bit, who cares? Right? That's a carbonara. Now, I have to try this. Make sure you get a good, I mean it's a carbonara, it's very good. I will give this one to my friend. Oh, it's very good. My imaginary friend, so they can eat. This one is fantastic, seriously. And this one is a carbonara. Look. Got a nice one. Buono veramente. It's really good. Now, carbonara is done. My imaginary friend. What we need to do now, we just need to wait a little bit for the ricotta cake, which is, believe me, almost done. I will turn it a little bit because we smashed the oven last time. So there is, but ricotta cake is doing a job. There we go. We finished to smash it. In the meantime, nel frattempo mi mangio la carbonara. Do il cheese agli amici immaginari, finisco la carbonara, mentre finisco la carbonara tolgo la torta dal forno. È pronto! carbonara is good. I don't know yours, but after you can leave me some. You can leave me some comment. You're asking me for 2 minutes. 2 minuti abbiamo finito. Nel frattempo finisca la carbonara. Perché manca un po'. There is also a little bit more for me after. Carbonara was good. Buono. Now, ricotta cake. I want to show you. I think it's done. I just smashed it, but it's okay. It's very hot. Ah, look. When the ricotta is pretty much like this, a bit browny like this, stuff like this, you can keep it in the oven a little bit more, just a little bit more, right? Or what you can do, you turn off the oven and you leave the ricotta inside, so it's gonna dry. And everything is done. So what I will do is put this one back in the oven. La metto nel forno un'altra volta. Spengo il forno. Turn the oven off. And I will leave it inside. Quindi, dentro nel forno, lascio dentro e mi finisco la carbonara. I'll see you at 4 o'clock to show you how to make some ricotta from scratch. Buon appetito a tutti! Ciao!